The pharmaceutical industry, it's a high-stakes world, right? It's like this giant, complicated maze of rules and regulations. So, what if you had a guide to get you through it? Well, today, we're looking at a company called Shudarsana, and they're trying to be exactly that guide.
So, feeling lost in the regulatory maze? If you work in pharma, I bet that question hits home. It feels like a constant battle, doesn't it? Like you're stuck in a maze where the walls are just stacks of regulations, and around every corner there's some new, unexpected problem. Feeling lost? Yeah, that's pretty much part of the job description for a lot of folks.
And look, it's not just a feeling, it's the reality of the situation. Getting a drug from a lab all the way to a patient is, hands down, one of the most complex things anyone can do in any industry. I mean, think about it. With so much at stake, how do you even start to wrap your head around all that complexity?
So let's just call it what it is, the pharmaceutical maze. It's this whole landscape of dense paperwork, constantly changing rules all over the world, and just so many hurdles that can slow down or even completely stop work that could save lives.
But for every maze, there's got to be a way out, right? There's a potential guide. And in this story, that guide is Shudarsana. They're positioning themselves as the ones who can show you a clear path right through all that chaos.
So what is Shudarsana exactly? Well, at its heart, it's kind of a one-stop shop for pharmaceutical development services based in India. They've taken all these different pieces, regulatory stuff, clinical documents, you name it, and bundled them into one single modern digital platform. The whole idea is to take this incredibly complicated process and just make it simpler.
And their tagline really says it all. Just say the word, we can do it all. I mean, that's a pretty bold promise, right? It really speaks to what they're trying to do. Be this complete end-to-end solution that can tackle pretty much any challenge you throw at them.
Okay, so how do you actually deliver on a promise that big? Well, for them, it's all about having a really clear, structured process, a roadmap that takes you from that very first idea all the way to getting the final approval.
They've basically broken down this huge journey into 4 much more manageable steps. First, you've got strategy and planning, then creation and documentation. After that, submission and approval, and finally, post-market support. Now, this isn't just some random checklist of services. It's a complete lifecycle approach, right? It's designed to support a drug from the moment it's conceived all the way until it gets to the patient. Okay, let's zoom in a bit on the regulatory hurdles, because this is where things can really go off the rails. Shudarsana gets in there and handles everything, from the super technical dossier submissions to actually talking with the big global authorities, the FDA, EMA, and others. The whole goal here is simple, but it's absolutely crucial. Get those approvals on time and avoid those super expensive delays that just kill projects.
But here's the thing, it's not just about the services they offer. A huge piece of their solution is the technology behind it all. They've actually built this modern digital toolkit specifically for the challenges of the pharma world.
And get this is the part you probably wouldn't expect. The platform itself is free to use. Yeah, completely free. And that's not just some nice little extra. It's a really smart strategic move to make these powerful tools available to more people and lower the barrier to entry in this field.
So for their clients, what does this look like? Well, it's a client portal. Think of it like a mission-controlled dashboard for your project. You can see exactly where things are in real time, manage your timelines, talk directly with the team. Everything's right there. It's all about giving you transparency and control. And on top of that, the platform has this professional toolkit, and it's packed with all sorts of useful stuff. Drug lists, summaries of guidelines, report generators. These are kind of like the unsung heroes of the whole process, The tools that make the day-to-day work easier, cut down on mistakes, and save you a ton of time on all that complicated paperwork. All right, so let's pull back for a second. What's the big picture? When you put their expert services together with this custom-built technology, what's the real advantage here? What's the so what? Well, it really all starts with the founders. On one side, you've got Jay Rathod, who comes from a deep pharmacy and regulatory writing background. And on the other, you have Kahan Varala, the tech guy who manages all the back-end development. It's this perfect mix of pharma know-how and tech smarts that really powers the whole thing. In this slide, this really nails the difference they're trying to make. Think about the old way. It's complicated, it's messy, you never know what's going on, and it's always getting delayed and costing more money. The Shudarsana way is all about flipping that script, making it simple and integrated, transparent and clear, efficient and cost-effective. It's a totally different way of thinking about how to get through that pharmaceutical maze.
And at the end of the day, their whole message boils down to one word: partnership. They don't want to just be another vendor you hire to check off a list of tasks. The goal is to be a real partner, someone who's actually invested in your success and is there to support you every single step of the way.
So, it really all comes down to this question. Is the way you're doing things now, is it as simple and clear as it could be? And if the answer is no, then what would it change for you to have a dedicated guide to help light the way forward? You know, in an industry where every single delay can have a real human cost, that's a question that's definitely worth thinking about.